Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, North Korea's leader has approved a plan to prepare standby rockets to hit the U.S. targets. After an American stealth bomber carried out a practice mission over South Korea. In a meeting with military leaders early today, Kim Jong-un said he has judged the time and has come to settle accounts with the U.S. Imperialist in the view of prevailing situation. The rockets aimed at U.S. targets, including military bases in the South Pacific and in South Korea.
Pahrump Valley High School held their spring concert last night with the choir and concert band. We spoke to music director Eric Kunze.
We had our mixed choir, our women's choir, and our select choir perform, and then we had our concert band perform tonight.
The mixed choir, I believe it was, a little bit more modern song?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, they wanted to be a kind of a little more of a show choir, and I didn't want to do show choir music. But at the end of the year, I figured last concert, do something fun. And
the women's choir, a little bit of a Styx there. That was a good performance. A great song to hear a choir sing.
Yeah, actually, that was one that I picked for them, and then as soon as none of them knew what it was until I played it for them.
I was wondering about that. They finally listened to the song.
Yeah, they were like, "What is this?" And then I played it for them in class, and they're like, "Oh, I love this song." So,
how was that to conduct?
It's a little different because you got the backtracking to it, but
some of the things that I've noticed in some of your performances with the choir is that sustained note.
It's a musical technique that composers use to kind of build tension, and then there's the release.
And that, especially with Shenandoah, and then the last song that you had there that you said is a composer that's from Nevada.
Yes, Eric Whitaker. Yeah, he was born in Minden. Well, he was raised in Minden, Nevada, and then did his undergraduate work at UNLV. And he's done a lot for music in Nevada. He's written a lot, composed a lot of pieces, and yeah, he's just a phenomenal composer.
What language is that?
It's in Latin.
A concert band, and they did 3 performances. I believe we've seen them one other place that you guys honored one of the parties out here at the Pahrump Nugget with playing these songs. The real kicker is the Majestia.
Yeah. We were asked to perform at an anti-drug kind of a thing.
Yeah.
At the Nugget, and it was kind of a pre-concert. We had been working on those pieces and trying to build them up, and wanted them to perform it before we actually performed it. So.
Exactly. A little bit longer pieces than you normally do, aren't they?
More or less. I mean, it was the last concert. We had a little more time to prepare for this one. In the fall, we've got marching band, and so marching band ends in November, and we've got about a month to throw a Christmas concert together, and so we had about 2.5 months to work on these pieces. So I picked some longer.
These are more like epic type of pieces, really get the crowd kind of excited and stuff, don't you think?
Yeah, that's why I picked them. I wanted something that was a little more upbeat and kind of get the crowd that won't put them to sleep.
So everybody's taking a break for a while. What's coming up next for Pahrump Valley High School Band and Choir?
It's coming up next. We have in end of May. We're going to do a variety show here, and that'll be open to the public. And hopefully we'll get stuff out to you guys and to the newspapers, so people in the public can really come in. And I'm also trying to put together a art festival and invite the artists here in the high school and the dancers and all that to come in to showcase their talents.
Well, spring is upon us. Ian B. Clark brings you today's Angie's List regarding lawn care.
Spring's an important time for your lawn. If you neglect your lawn now, you'll pay the price for the rest of the year. So in today's Angie's List report, 3 tips for spring lawn care.
Stephen Wiley recently bought his home and he already has big plans for his yard this year.
There's just a lot that needs to be done from kind of a rearranging standpoint. There's some bare areas, there's some things that I would like to change. Bushes are too close to the house, bushes are too close to the walk. They're overgrown in some areas. So I really want to thin everything out and kind of redo it the way I want it. We do plan on living here for another 8 to 10 years or so, so I'd really like to be able to enjoy my project.
When it comes to your lawn, you don't have to go over the top with your landscaping, but Angie's List says you do need to pay attention to the basics.
If you're like me, you're looking forward to spring, but there are things you can do now to get ready. So first you want to go around your house and take an assessment of how everything looks on the exterior. How does your yard look? Are your shrubs in good shape? Do you have the trees you want? Also, how does that deck or patio look? So that you can make a list of things that can be tackled now as you get ready for the spring season. Now's the time to start thinking about your grass. So the key here is you want to be sure that you're aerating your lawn, fertilizing, and also that you're seeding now. And then get ready, that first mow is just around the corner. So don't forget to lower your mower for your first mowing and then raise it for the rest of the season.
You want the blade on tight. You don't want it to come off. When it's on its side, you can look at the condition of the blade and see if it's dull. And most of the time, if you've mowed 25 times, it's dull. The mower manufacturers would like to have the homeowner sharpen their blade after every 8 mows, but that's pretty excessive. If they get it done once a season, they're doing better than most. First thing to do is to unplug the spark plug, because if we move this, the last thing we want to have happen is the engine to start up. So I check and make sure
it's important now to make sure your mower's in good working condition. If it's hard to start, if the blade needs sharpened, it doesn't mean you need a whole new mower. A lot of times people think they need to run out and buy a mower, because a mower can be tuned up or repaired for as much as $50 to $100, which is a lot cheaper than buying a new mower.
Stephen says he'll hire a pro to apply chemicals to his lawn.
Hire someone to do the chemicals. I would say mostly out of ignorance. I don't really know enough about what to put down when, and it's easy enough for me to hire that process out. All the other stuff, the mowing, the raking, the aeration, I do all that stuff myself.
Sometimes your yard may just need a little more effort than you're willing to put forth, and that's when it's time to hire a pro, especially if you think your yard's going to need chemicals to get that extra boost this year, because professionals are going to be certified in handling the different types of fertilizers and chemicals that might be necessary.
Chris Arvin gets a lot of calls from customers who have lawn mowers where they'll start the mower up and it'll run for a second and then it just instantly dies. What the issue is probably it's with the gas. So what he recommends is that at the end of a season, you completely run your lawnmower out of gas, and then in the new season, you refill it up with fresh new gas to avoid that problem. So this is Ian B. Clark for News 46.
Well, there's still time to enter into the Miss Pahrump pageant. News 46's Deanna O'Donnell spoke to Miss Pahrump 2012, Sabrina Mon.
The ages is 13 through 18, and there's packets that you can get at the high school, the middle school, at Pathways, and CCA.
There's a mandatory meeting that people have to go to, right? When is that?
It's on April 16th at Wolfie's at 6 o'clock.
You also had a platform of something that you would like to do for the community too as well. Let's talk about that.
Okay. I think this pageant is like an awesome thing. Like, your self-confidence goes up so high, and it just helps you with everything that you need to do, like the public speaking and like anything. Like, I was so scared for all of this, but it's been like easier, you know? And my community platform was children's literary education, and it just like whatever you think that the community needs or wants, and you can make a difference in that, and it's just really cool. So it's an awesome opportunity you can take.
When's the pageant?
It is on Saturday, June 22nd at Seattle West.
Do you guys help a little bit with some of the talents and developing them?
Yeah, we actually are going to do workshops for them. They did it last year too. There's like ones on photography, so you can be all photogenic, you know, and then there's stuff for your talent and just walking, like the modeling stuff. So we always help them. And there's a production number at the beginning that I'm actually going to be choreographing to teach to the girls. So I'll just be with them the whole like week of preparation. So
they don't need to be nervous, do they?
No, it's really fun, so it'll be good.
So for more information, they can pick up the packets at all the places that you said, but is there a number to call?
You can call Deborah Bowman, 775-727-4942.
Well, stay right here. We'll have more local news and weather right after these messages.